I'm going to read you a blog that I wrote about Prop 8. I have 2 blogs. I'm only going to read one, though, because one's a happy one, and Queerfest should be a happy time, so I'm going to read you the nice one, not the angry one. It's called The Smell of My Own Sweet Victory, and I wrote it about a day and a half or so after Prop 8 passed. It goes, "The Democrats are not the only ones who won something big on Tuesday, and Sarah, I can see Russia from my house, Palin, is not the only loser this electoral year either. Not only did Tom Amiano, an openly gay politician and former SF supervisor, make it to the state assembly, and not only do we have the first ever African-American man, and a very handsome and intelligent man at that, as our president-elect, but I too won on Tuesday, November 4th. I came home right around the time the Yes on 8 campaign declared a victory. My arrival woke up my dad, who was trying to sleep on the couch. He sat up and asked how I was. I told him how I could not believe Prop 2 was passing, and how firecrackers went off in Hayward when the media announced McCain was quitting. I asked him, Prop 2? He asked, Prop 2? Yeah, the standards for confining farm animals. Oh gosh, I voted yes on that, I think. I could not believe my ears. You? You voted yes? Yeah, I saw the commercial for it. God damn that forklift. That's not the kind of farm I grew up on. I'm just curious, how did you vote on 4? Which one is that? The parental notification amendment for minors who want... Oh, isn't that the one you've been crying to me about and wanting me to vote no on for years? Yeah, that one. I voted no, I think. Oh, good. I'm still scared about that one. But how did you vote no, or how did you vote on Prop 8, the marriage ban? I voted no, like you told me to. I felt so happy to hear him say that. The most conservative vote my father cast that day was a vote for John McCain, who didn't even stand a chance on Tuesday. And even at that, my dad voted for McCain because that's my party. And why is that his party? Because he still misses and believes in the legacy of JFK, who he feels was a real Republican. Also on Tuesday night, my mom asked me, do you remember when you were a little girl and I took you into the voting booth with me? I did that hoping you would become an active and engaged citizen. If you grew up and voted, I would know that I did my job. Now you have become that person beyond my wildest dreams. In the last 48 hours, I have gone to nervous as hell, to jubilant and dancing in the street, literally, to nervous as hell again, to tearful, to so nervous I felt sick, to screaming with joy at a 1% loss, to very confused, to all of these at once. This morning I woke up to disappointment, anger, tears of frustration, tears of joy, more anger, and in the last 2 hours I realized Barack Obama and I are the biggest winners this year. I put a lot of time and effort into No on 8 this summer and fall. I registered 50 first-time young voters by myself. I did phone banking nearly every Wednesday night for 2 months, organized 2 rallies on my own, and stuck through one in the pouring rain as well. Meanwhile, taking classes and working. I know that I did everything in my power to defend our families, freedoms to marry, and equality in California. Can you honestly say the same for yourself? This has been the most personal and powerful election I have campaigned in since my first, when I made flyers with crayons that said Clinton for Prez and posted them on our block back in the 1990s. Barack Obama will still be one of the most powerful men on earth, and I am the most powerful woman and ruler of my own private universe this week. My Republican father, who has 9 times out of 10 scoffed at my activism and my interests, voted in all the ways I asked him to. He voted for fairness, freedom, equality, choice, and a better future for all living creatures, human and non-human alike. Yet through the darkness, I can see that our loss was also a win. Compare the numbers against same-sex marriage in 2000 to those who voted against us this year. We really gave them a run for their Utah money. If you went to any No on 8 rally recently, you probably noticed how many young people were there, particularly teenagers who can't even vote. Marriage equality in California is going to happen in the future, and we will overcome. We may have lost a very big battle, but we have not lost the war. Now we need to learn from our mistakes. Did you volunteer your time or donate money to the cause? If you did, thank you so much for all that you have done. If heaven exists, there's a special place for you, for people like you who actively work for change, not just look to others or demand others to do it for them. If you do not, well, there's no one to blame for this loss but yourself. I firmly believe that if we attempt to overturn this in the next big election in 2012, or unless the courts back us up, we can do it if and only if we work for it, and if more than just 50% of the eligible population votes in Alameda and San Francisco counties. Si se puede, it can be done. And it will be done. My mother will see me get married someday. My sister will have the joy of seeing my eldest nephew cleaned up for once, and in a tuxedo for such a special occasion. And my father just might, or my brothers, will have the chance to walk me down the aisle. I will get the joy of sending out wedding announcements to all my Christian conservative relatives out of state. I will not marry unless it is legal for me to marry someone of any gender, so they may have to wait a while, but that day will come. Our opposition was united by hate, obviously, but we were united by love. And I really hope that the swing voters find out that they voted alongside with evangelical, Islamic, and Jewish fundamentalists, with Mormon and Catholic extremists, with the Knights of Columbus and other groups who have in the past mixed politics with religion. I hope they see the truth in their actions, and that they have made the founding fathers of their precious Christian nation roll over in their graves. It has been 60 years, supposedly, since Jews and Muslims have sat at the same table and worked together for a cause in California. I wish I could say it was for peace, but no, it was for hate, for homophobia. Look at the list of groups endorsing Prop 8, and it is shocking the results were so close. It looks like we would have been lost at sea, and come election day, a great sea monster would consume us, but it didn't happen that way. We were neck and neck the whole time, and I am convinced in the future they will be lost at sea, and we will be their storm. Losing Prop 8 is devastating to many of us, especially those who were recently married, or truly believed in or worked for marriage equality. Our day will come. I plan on being alive and kicking come 2012, unless the courts back us up, or whenever our community decides to demand justice. I will be there every step of the way, and I hope you join. Conservatives may take my freedom to marry, but they cannot take my happiness. That's it.